Well, then tell me if we've decided to change our brains, change our habits, the way we perceive the world. Uh, maybe it's a physical thing, maybe it's an addiction or a habit, or maybe just oh, self-talk or something along those lines. What are some of the protocols? What are some of the things to remember that are important? I know you. I remember you doing 12 days of neuroplasticity videos way back when.
Oh
And
yeah.
so, what are some of the things to keep in mind? Simple principles for neuroplasticity.
Yeah, I did it was my 12 days of Christmas, 12 days of neuroplasticity. So there's a couple of there's several principles in neuroplasticity. If you're looking to make a change in your life, in your brain, the first one is use it or lose it, obviously. I'm sorry, if you don't use it, you lose it, which we just talked about. And the reason for that is everything up here is prime real estate. Everything in the brain is prime real estate. And if you're not using different parts of the brain for different things, um, basically those neurons will kind of go silent. They'll go dormant. And if you're not challenging yourself, then that dormancy can lead to a lack of function or a shift in function because the brain will just like take that sleepy neuron neighborhood and say, all right, you know what, you're doing a lot of this, so let's put your attention over here. And it can do that. So if you don't use it, you lose it. When you do use it, you improve it. So if you're doing something and you want to make a change, the more that you do it, you will improve it. You'll improve the efficiency by signaling neurochemical and neurotransmitter releases. You'll improve the neuroplasticity because that'll help build neurons and strengthen pathways. It'll basically build highways of communication in your brain. And I won't go over all 12 of them, but I think that there's two more that I would say that if neuroplasticity, if that's something that's on your radar, if you want to change your brain, whether it's just for your life, for your professional life, your financial life, your relationship life, you should find something that's difficult and challenging and you should do it. You should do it on a daily basis. You should challenge yourself and make the hard thing something that no matter what, you do it. And the reason for that, and I just recently heard this and it kind of blew my mind. This was I'm into I love listening to David Goggins. I listened to his first book on my run and just his story to me was incredible because working in this space like I really can't turn it off like oh man, how is neuroplasticity applied in this scenario? So I'm listening to his story just like how he grew up, where he came from, and then how he overcame so much and you know why he does what he does on a daily basis. And I think it's all because of neuroplasticity. I think he knows how much the brain can change and he may not ever talk about it, but I think he just knows that. So one of the things that he and Huberman were talking about one day, Huberman brought this to his attention, was there's research now showing that when you do something that you don't necessarily enjoy, but maybe you do want to do it, you want to get it done, right? Like we typically will procrastinate when there's something like that in our life that we have to do. But if you do something that you don't necessarily enjoy and you do it and you work hard at it and you do it on a daily basis, and it's even better if it's something that's physically demanding on your body, you're changing the size of an area in your brain that's called the anterior midcingulate cortex, which the researchers are now calling kind of like the seat of your willpower. So this is the part of the brain that houses your willpower. So you're literally changing your ability to have better willpower by doing something that you don't necessarily want to do. And when you do that, adding in just that last neuroplasticity concept that I'll talk about, when you do that with focus and attention, you make bigger, faster changes. So, you know, the whole reason I wanted to come on here was because when I met you, I was like, dude, this guy is like, you're a different human. I think you know that. You won't like brag about it or anything, but I've never met anyone like Aaron Hale in my life. And when I got to work with him, like work was not work. For me, it was the best like couple weeks of working in the clinic because just watching what you've been through in your life, and then your outlook, and then just your focus and your determination to get where you want to go at that moment in time. I was blown away. We get to meet really cool people, but like I didn't even know about this whole willpower thing, and I knew some about neuroplasticity, but I was still relatively new to the rehab world. And then also like my personal development, just trying to get better and do better and be better. But when I met you, I was just like, dude, this guy's got it. Like he gets this. Even if like neuroscience wasn't your field of study, I was like, dude, this guy just totally gets how to be a badass human. And I wanted to learn more about it from meeting you. So, and I think you do that. I think you challenge yourself to a point where you're growing your brain, and you're it's just wild to see. But that's what I'll say about that. There's several principles of neuroplasticity. The big ones are whatever you're trying to do, you've got to do it on a repetitive basis. You've got to challenge yourself, do the hard thing. You may not love it, but your brain does, and make sure you're doing it with attention, focus, and concentration, which is difficult to do in today's world of, I guess you could call it like digital distraction, doom scrolling, whatever. Put the phone down and get to work. That's all I'll say.